also like you to kill Adam Warlock. Thank you.
That's how that episode's going to start, is your death wish for Adam Warlock.
Wow.
Hello, everybody.
I mean,
welcome to a very murderous episode of the Alter Ego Podcast.
Right here before Thanksgiving when we're all thankful.
Yes, sir. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, Mr. Ryan. How are you?
I'm swell. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, baby.
What up?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. She wore her Alter Ego shirt today.
All day. I actually wore it yesterday, too.
That was really
Just
awesome.
saying.
She worked from home yesterday, okay? So nobody saw it.
Yeah, but I was like out in the world.
Okay, I was trying to help you.
I don't care. I like it.
Okay.
I didn't sweat in it.
Megan One Shirt. It's your new name.
Sure.
Megan One Shirt.
Megan One Shirt. I like it.
But we're back. I'm so excited. This is such a good news day. This is one that when I'm writing it, I'm like, oh, I'm so hype. Let's go. There was so much good stuff. Did any of you see any of it?
Probably.
Any stuff that you're excited to talk about?
Yes.
Disney Plus Day.
Yeah.
That's one. Some really good trailers came out. Some teasers came out.
Nothing up my alley so far.
There is some news that was geared towards me this week, baby.
So, there was the trailer that I said I wasn't going to watch that I watched.
That's right.
Didn't we make a bet that I was going to watch it? And I definitely failed.
I don't know. All I know is the moment I saw it, we were watching Critical Role. I stood up. It's like, babe, I need a couple minutes. And I just walked into the other room to watch it.
Because at the time, he knew I didn't want to watch it. And then last night I was sitting there and I was like, nah, I'm watching it.
And you don't regret it, do you?
No.
Which trailer was it? Spider-Man trailer?
It's the trailer for Ford Supply Company. This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical teakwood, cypress pine, and citrus IPA, so many more. I know there's a holiday cranberry or something soap that we've been talking about.
Carver's the style right now.
Waiting for some free samples. Just a third of a bar of soap.
We have them.
No,
we have them.
You're a liar. Visit their website at FordSupply.com to order online and use promo code AlterEgo to get 10% off your order. Ford soap, real soap.
No bullshit.
I still smell like a basic bitch.
But I'm proud of you.
I mean, it is soap for men.
I'm so very proud of you for
get that Carver.
Like a
it's
basic
delicious smelling.
It really is. It really is. It's really, really, really good. He is not steering you wrong. You'll smell like pumpkins, and everyone will love it. Seriously.
That's if they still have some.
Basic
I don't know why pumpkin
bitches.
to me is so disgusting, yet pumpkin smelling things are usually really good. And
I'm about in the same boat. I love pumpkin pie, but other than that,
I don't even like pumpkin pie. Like every once in a while, this one will bring home a pumpkin flavored coffee, and I'll be like, "That's the bomb. That's really good."
Yeah, he doesn't
or
like pumpkin,
creamer.
but he ate my entire sleeve of pumpkin flavored Milano cookies. So whatevs.
In my defense, there was a
Milano
lot
cookies.
of bourbon in my body at the time, and I said, "Fuck these cookies."
He did.
I acted like I was it. Tony Anello's. Tony Anello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grills is a hidden gem that's family owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway, South Tier Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 or check out TonyAnellos.com. Speaking of Tony Anellos, we're going there Sunday.
Yes.
Family dinner. Let's do it. You and me and Megan and one of the guys from Cigar City Sports Podcast will be coming with us, but it's going to be so good. Maybe we'll post a picture of what we get.
Yes.
And just put it on there so you guys can know what it's like. Normally that's the end of my announcements. That's the end of my stuff for previews and what have you. But I felt the need to talk about two other things today.
Okay.
First one, Emerald City Comics. I think it's all of our local go-to spot. Mm-hmm. They have comics, they have toys, they have memorabilia. They're fantastic. Everything that you could possibly need. all the weird oblong figures that you don't see anywhere that you look online.
Game stuff.
Tabletop
D&D
games,
stuff.
all your D&D needs, your book needs. That place is the bomb. They were actually highlighted on our local news station recently, Bay News 9, which I just thought was really cool. Congrats to Emerald City. Thank you for everything you guys have done for us. Lord knows they have hooked us up in the past. So big shout out to them. Congratulations, Emerald City. We love you.
Get more Naruto Funkos.
That's right. That's right.
Our only request.
Second thing I wanted to talk about, Seven Lamb Productions, which is kind of our parent company, if you will.
Yeah.
They are who we release under. We love them. They had a brand new show come out today, which today's the 18th. So as you're listening to this, it came out on Thursday. That is Tower 4. I wish I had a better description for it, but that's one show that I star in, and I am really, really proud of it, really, really happy that it came out so good, and Robert Lamb of Seven Lamb Productions writes the entire thing. It's a super cool show about a guy who is out in the Wyoming woods. He is a fire watcher. That's basically his job. Sit in this tower, Tower 4, and look for fires out in the woods and report them. It has a lot of, I don't know, how would you describe it? Suspense.
It's pretty suspenseful.
Yeah, because it's not it's not what you see, right? It's like there's not everything that meets the eye, I guess. What am I trying to say
I
here?
don't have an idea.
I don't know. You should check it out. It's really,
awesome.
really
it's
good.
Very good.
And I am the main character of that one, Mike Archer. And it would mean a lot if you guys would check that out. So I appreciate your patronage and love for Alter Ego. I just felt the need to share some love out there in the world with Seven Lamb and Emerald City Comics. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into it, shall we? DC finally made the list after a dry couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's because they had the fandom. They didn't need to drop anything else.
No, you're right. You're right. But it's weird how we always have this constant drip of Marvel news, Disney, Star Wars, movies. There's always something there. DC's not always there.
That's because Disney's got to make that money.
Disney is getting the money sent to them and backed up in trucks. But anyway, Henry Cavill was asked about the Black Superman, about Michael B. Jordan being Superman. And I got to say, Henry Cavill is almost nerd royalty, almost up there with Carl Urban at this point, right? He's been in a Mission Impossible film. He's The Witcher. He's Superman. I mean, he really is big into nerd culture. There's videos of him out there building a PC. And when he was approached and asked about Michael B. Jordan and the Black Superman project, how did he feel about it? I think he delivered. He knocked it out of the park. He says what we've all been saying this whole time. It's exciting. Superman is for more than skin color. Superman is an ideal. He's an extraordinary thing that lives in our hearts. Why not have multiple Superman going on? Joaquin Phoenix did a wonderful Joker movie. So what if it's not tied to the rest of the franchise? They have multiple Superman comic storylines going on at the same time. Why not do it in the movies?
I like it.
I don't disagree. It's like, thank you for somebody in a high-profile, setting saying, "Listen, guys, it doesn't matter. We can do this. It happens in comics all the time."
Oh, people are still gonna get on the keyboard. Superman's not black.
So just shut the fuck up. If that is you, if Ryan just described you, please just press pause, move away. We're done. I don't get it. Of course it's for everybody.
It's stupid.
Anyway, I thought that was really cool.
Before you move away from Henry Cavill, though, you were saying, I think I meant to send this to you guys the other day, but did you see that he spent all of lockdown playing the Witcher game on its hardest difficulty?
Yeah.
To speak to his nerddom, he literally spent all of lockdown playing it on its most difficult to try to beat it.
Yeah.
And apparently he's stuck on the Witcher 3 game in a particular place that he can't.
He plays a lot of Warcraft as well, I believe. He is a huge gamer, and he is one to go out there and say PC Master Race. So I don't really dig that. Henry.
We know you're listening.
But that's still, it's pretty cool of him.
Yeah,
In other news,
drink with that guy.
In other news, which one's kind of forgettable? Halle Berry wants to direct a Catwoman reboot.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Halle. I'm not behind you on this one. I'm just not. Her directorial debut is about a woman
Halle
in
Berry.
MMA
That's all it
who's
is,
coming
Ryan.
out. If she's not, she wouldn't be in the movie. She's just directing it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well.
my thing. Is
Yeah.
your Catwoman wasn't that great.
It
so-
really is one of the worst rated superhero movies of all time.
Oh, really? Worse than the Eternals?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He's
much worse
he's
than
bringing-
the Eternals.
he's
Wow,
bringing
I'm
that
taking
back.
shots at that movie for as long as I can.
Yeah, we've got some Eternal stuff to talk about, but sorry, Catwoman. I'm not really. Now, I do like the way she looks in The Batman. I think that's a much more modern style. I think it's going to be good, but I don't know if the world is ready
I'm
for
not
it.
gonna lie. I'd be interested to see how she did, because
See
you
how
never
Halle
know.
Berry did?
You never know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some people have directed things that we would have been like, really? Like, you never know. Rob Zombie's gonna direct a movie, really? And then not so bad.
Some people like Devil's Rejects. It's got kind of a cult following. I don't know if that's because it's Rob Zombie or what, but either way. That's all I've got for DC for today.
Wow.
Halle Berry and Henry Cavill making the news. Let's go on to video games, shall we?
Sure.
Elder Scrolls 6. All but confirmed to be a 100% Xbox exclusive
Knew that was gonna happen. You don't spend $7 billion
on Bethesda.
think that shit's gonna be on PlayStation. It's not
Right.
gonna happen.
And I get it. I truly get it. And then when asked about it, the director of Elder Scrolls 6 is like, it's not about punishing any other platform, but it's more about what the Xbox ecosystem can offer. Exclusives, cloud gaming, Xbox Live services, and more. Great pitch. Great pitch. At the end of the day, this is Xbox throwing that down on the table and saying, oh, you got exclusives? Here's one of the greatest games franchises of all time with Skyrim and Oblivion and all that. Guess what? It's ours now. Bye.
That was definitely a ball flex.
For real. I mean, to say that it's not, although his comments have merit,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Xbox does have a lot to offer, but come on, this is clearly slam dunking on top of PlayStation.
I mean, I don't even know if it's really a slam dunk at this point, because it's like the first, other than Halo, which just dropped, Halo Infinite, it's the only like real exclusive that we've gotten so far.
Well, Gears of War is exclusive to Xbox too.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
they've got quite a few franchises right
Technically, You
now.
can play it on PC now as well.
That's true, but that's Microsoft.
Yeah.
So when you say that, it is still the same system, but it's all Microsoft or Xbox.
But to be fair, Gears isn't as big as Oblivion or whatever it was.
It's not as big as Elder Scrolls. No, it's not as big as Halo. But there's not a lot of things that are as big as Halo.
Yeah.
That being said, you know what we won't be playing? The GTA trilogy that's ranked right now a 0.4 out of 10 by the users.
Ouch.
I heard one of the biggest things they did that would have been a naughty no-no if it was me is they took out all the licensed music. So if you want to play San Andreas and you want to listen to Helmet, whatever it is, that song that they have unsung, which I used to love that song. I used to love driving down the highway at 1,000 miles an hour listening to that song. Now you're going to get generic radio music.
To be fair,
It
it is that's all done with the deals. Like they don't really control that. That was one of the dope things about Tony Hawk when he came back out, was that everybody actually got in contact and was like, yo, you can still use our music.
Yeah.
So that
it's
made
Tony
Tony
Hawk.
Hawk awesome.
It's Tony Hawk.
But that's one of the biggest problems with using licensed music, and why video game developers are trying to get away from doing it.
Yeah.
Because now games seem to go for a lot longer, and they also seem to come back. So if you want to have it the same way it was originally, gotta have the rights to everything.
You can. Right. No, you're absolutely right. But yeah, that game, I don't know what's going on with it or what's going to end up happening, but that is not good news, especially when they want like what, $60 for it?
Yeah.
No thanks.
Or do what they're doing now with the new one, and that's having people actually make music for it. So
Yeah.
can't wait to see what Dr. Dre does.
That's going to be interesting. Dr. Dre is very busy when he had such health concerns, and he was like, they were really worried he might die, and now he's doing the Super Bowl and all this other stuff. Good for him. The WB, Warner Brothers, came out and announced Multiverses. That was the platform game that we were talking about a few weeks ago. That one has all kinds of WB characters, but there are some interesting ones that I saw. Batman and Superman are in it.
Okay.
Bugs Bunny. Couple of other Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. I didn't get that one. But the actors and actresses that play those characters are actually voicing their characters in the multiverses. Okay. I thought that was kind of cool. Like the original Batman from the animated feature.
Yeah.
He is playing Batman.
I don't know why people would bother. There's a game out called Smash Brothers. Just go play that.
Because this one's free.
Oh.
This one's cross-platform and free. That's why it's such a big deal. Wonder Woman is in it as well. I saw that. But interesting. We'll see. So you mentioned it a minute ago.
So does WB have that dancing frog?
Oh.
The top hat?
What is his name? Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
We used to have his pop.
We did.
Mr. something.
Isn't it Michigan J. Frog?
Yes. We don't have him anymore.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah.
Bye, Michigan.
How'd you get rid of Michigan J. Frog?
Because he was like worth $40 and I didn't care about him so much, so I got rid of him. And we have 9,000 other pops with nowhere to go.
Way too many. But so speaking of Halo, you mentioned it a while ago.
Brawley.
Yeah. Halo, they had their 20th anniversary recently. So they, to say thank you, came out and released what they're calling a PvP beta of their multiplayer version of the game, which is also going to Game Pass for free on the 8th. So you'll always be able to get that for free if you're an Xbox Game Pass member. That dropped, and they also talked about a new short series following Master Chief that's going to go on, I think, Paramount Plus. Is that something you'll watch? It's with an actor. I don't think it's even the original voice actor from Halo.
I don't know. I wasn't really a Halo guy for the story. I was a Halo guy for the matchmaking.
Right.
So,
and I don't think you're going to see what you think you're going to see.
Yeah, I might watch it just if it's interesting, or so I hear good things about it. But as far as me running out to go see it, no. I did scroll by the other day and see something about Halo. I was like, oh, that kind of piques my interest. But
yeah,
I'm not going to go, let's watch this. No.
Let's go out of our way to watch the Halo series.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, that's what I've got for video games, but let's move into TV and movies, shall we?
Oh, sure. We don't have anything talking about the rapey over at Overwatch?
The what? The what?
The stuff on Overwatch. Apparently, we might not even get an Overwatch 2, or it may be a lot longer.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that, and I've actually given up on looking for updates for it. I would like to go back and clip when Megan told me on this show, do you ever get tired of being hyped for stuff like this? Because this kind of stuff happens for you? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I was so headstrong that I won't get burnt out. No, I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
That whole box of matches is burned. I don't really care about Overwatch at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it was going to come out anytime soon anyway. And it's just a 1.5 the way I feel about it, so it's not that big of a deal for me.
Another thing, too, that might affect everybody is that Activision Blizzard has had such a cancerous culture anymore, and I think it's Activision more so than Blizzard. Since this merger, I think Activision has come in and taken a good commodity, a proven developer, and essentially ruined everything about it.
Well, you're talking about a bunch of dude bros actually ruining something? Nah.
Yeah, right? A bunch of dude bros showed up to Blizzard and they're like, make sure these are more low-cut, you know what I mean? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me sad that this once, like Blizzard used to be royalty. Now that Activision's in it, it's like Burger King. You don't feel like royalty. Stop calling yourself the king.
They almost ruin everything. Look at Destiny.
Look at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Look at Destiny. Look at Blizzard. Activision. Guys, hang it up. Don't rebrand. Just hang it up.
Keep making Tony Hawk's, though.
Delay that. Don't do that. You're done, okay?
I just want another Overwatch character.
Activision,
God damn it.
You're done.
Give me a new character. Something.
Sojourn is the next one you're going to get in Overwatch 2 in 6 years. So, TV movies. Big Hero 6 is getting a spinoff series coming to Disney Plus. That I will watch.
Yes.
I enjoyed Big Hero 6.
Never
and
saw it.
Baymax. Baymax is definitely my guy. And the series is centered around him, not the kid. I think they're going to say something along the lines of, oh, the kid went off to college, doesn't need Baymax anymore. Let him stay around and help. Anyway.
Probably.
That looked really good. They had a little clip that they showed on Disney Plus Day. There is a lot of Marvel Disney Plus Day, but we're going to save that for the Marvel time.
Perfect.
Another thing that we talked about was the Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa buddy cop movie they want to make. I guess it's not even buddy cop, really. It's buddy action movie that they want to do. Apparently, studios now are having a bidding war on trying to land that movie, which I don't even think has a script or a director.
Why?
Yeah, well, why? Because people will show up in droves to see Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. That's why. They will. Guarantee it, man. Guarantee it.
I don't know.
I think Jason Momoa is one of the biggest draws in Hollywood right now.
I don't know. What was that movie he had that just came out?
Dune. Dune.
No, the other one on Netflix. Was it the
one about his daughter being kidnapped, or no, his wife being killed and him protecting his daughter?
Yeah.
That was also a Netflix release.
Yeah, still. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Dune, like, I don't know.
I still think Jason Momoa is a huge draw. And if they have something big like that in the theaters, and it's funny, and it's action, you're going to get the people who find those two men attractive. You're going to get the action fans, and you're going to get just your casual moviegoer because everybody else is going to see it. I think that movie will blow up. The Rock did a movie about somebody in a tower that was exploding in China and made $1 gazillion. Don't tell me Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa can't do the same thing.
They ain't The Rock, though.
Good. That's why people will go see it.
Will they, though?
I think so.
I am really souring on The Rock as of late. I just, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not like, I'm not going to like shit on him, but for me, Jason Momoa isn't like this great wide range of an actor.
Oh, he's no. I'm not saying you're going to get your heartstrings pulled on. It's a buddy cop movie with Dave Bautista.
Yeah, but even then, I'm just like, I don't know how that is even going to work as a buddy cop. He just seems like a...
Why don't we just let these two remake, what's the movie? Roadhouse, and just show them beating the fuck out of people for an hour and a half.
Funny you talk about that. They're supposed to be remaking that with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know. Jake Gyllenhaal? Why?
Yeah,
I thought you'd be bigger. I don't know about him. Anyway, Obi-Wan Kenobi concept art they released for Disney Plus Day. I don't know if they've got any footage for it yet. I don't think so. But one of the concept arts they showed was a rematch for the ages, lightsaber duel, Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, round 2. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
My money's on Obi-Wan.
Really?
I think he's a good guy. I know the good guys always win in those movies.
No.
So
No.
I'm going to go with that.
We'll watch the third one. You'll see they clearly lose.
Spoiler alerts, bro.
I mean,
Order 66 has been out for a while.
yeah.
How about you, babe?
I would say Darth Vader.
Who you got your money on?
Yeah.
You got your money's on the biggest, baddest man in the Star Wars universe? Mine too. Yeah. I think Vader beats him so bad that's what puts him into hiding or whatever you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Kicks ass.
that's going to be good. All this stuff looks like it's going to be a huge scale of a movie. If they're putting Darth Vader in it, they're putting James Earl Jones in. Because they're not going to have Hayden Christensen go, "Luke, I'm your father." We've talked about Hayden Christensen on this show.
Is James Earl Jones even still alive?
He sure is.
Damn.
And I bet you he orders the shit out of a large mocha iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Man, these kids nowadays
Do you
probably
order
wouldn't even
the
know
shit
that
out of it?
voice.
I do.
No, well, I was going to say, I mean, he did do Mufasa.
Yeah.
But you got to think Gen Zer, they don't know who the Lion King
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean?
I know. That's why I was like, well, then I'm like, nope, I'm old.
Yeah.
We're
The
old.
biggest thing he's been in lately was Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Coming to America 2, which he was in. But I don't know. Speaking of Star Wars, while we're on that train, Rogue Squadron, the video game that was coming out for Star Wars, has been severely delayed due to creative differences.
I'm all about that.
I don't know if
that
it's a
means
game
it
or a
probably meant
show.
it sucked.
I think it's a show, actually. And, it's about a fighter squadron. You're not going to get like a more tense death of a ship blowing up in space. Unless they zoom in on the frozen body going out into the vacuum of space and spend an hour just watching it jettison. Maybe it gets into the gravity of a local planet, and that body just sits there and spins around the planet for a while.
Just orbits it.
Am I going too far into this?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like Mandarin to me. It's cool.
Yeah. All right. We've also got the live action Avatar series that we've talked about the script for, and they just cast Uncle Iroh. I don't know who the actor is, but I recognize his face. I think this is going to be a good show. I just don't know if M. Night Shyamalan is going to be okay with it.
Give that
since
to us
he
one more
made the
time.
first one. M. Night Shyamalan.
It's funny because I didn't hate his version of it. I
You
wish
didn't?
they would have given him more time.
I thought it was a poor casting choice for the young man who played Aang. I just was like, I didn't dig it. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And, it was weird the way they did the special effects, too. Because, they would shoot rocks at people and fire, but it was slow. It was all so slow when they did it. I was like, I would almost rather walk up and just clock somebody in the face than worry about my 6-second form that's going to shoot a fireball at 3 miles an hour at somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly feel like this is the type of thing that deserves a live action series versus a movie anyway.
Yeah.
Because when they came out with the movie, I was like, that's a lot of story to try to tell
In one movie.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not making multiples. So
And you're missing a lot of development from Aang in that movie,
Yes.
too. A lot of things that he did that weren't in the show or in the movie. I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but Vin Diesel talking about a movie that's not Fast and the Furious.
is it Pitch Black?
It is in the Pitch Black universe.
I'll take a Chronicles of Riddick.
I was gonna say it's the Crons.
Pitch Black, then Chronicles of Riddick. There's also an animated feature about Riddick that's really good. If
Yep.
you have the time to dig that up and look it up, Vin Diesel plays his original character. The young girl from Pitch Black plays her character, and one of the actually, it's the story of the bounty hunters coming to find him, I think. Anyway, it's really good. Check it out. So Vin Diesel posted a picture of him as Riddick, looking very swollen, like he had just been stung by several bees. And the what's the caption on there? Can you read it for me?
Are you ready for the next chapter?
Furion. Hashtag
Furion.
Furion. Which you found out in Chronicles that he was a Furion. And that's why he could beat the Necromongers.
Necromongers.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh, here's one that I was waiting to talk about all week. Ridley Scott.
I knew this was gonna be the one.
Ridley Scott.
Oh, this fucking
Famous
guy.
director.
This guy.
And my good friend at Movies, Films, and Flicks, Mark Hoffmeyer, messaged me after I posted this and said, yo, did Ridley Scott make you that mad, buddy? I was like, no, he didn't make me mad. But he needs to shut his mouth. Because I thought he was a little hypocritical. He said, superhero movies are fucking boring as shit. Pardon my language. I'm doing an exact
That's
quote
the quote.
from what he said. Superhero movies are fucking boring as shit. Superhero scripts are not any fucking good. They're mostly saved by special effects, and that's becoming boring for everyone who works with special effects. If you've got the money. That's the quote.
Did you see my comment on that was, who even cares what he thinks?
Yeah, I certainly don't. I know he's a very talented director. I wasn't thinking off the top of my head of all the things that he'd done. And I was like, what has Ridley Scott done? And then I looked and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He's a pretty legendary director. But these legendary directors, they don't, I don't know, they see the movies differently. They have a different expectation of what movies should be, and I'm surprised that Iron Man had so much CG when they could have just bought him a fully functioning flying suit with repulsor rays and lasers. Why didn't they just do that, Ridley? Oh,
Yeah.
because it's not real?
Duh.
They're trying to bring something fantastic that you've never seen to the screen before, and you don't like it? They're boring as shit. You're going to tell that to Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, ScarJo, all these great actors, Jeremy Renner, Samuel L. Jackson, all those people in the movie. We're still bored?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I watched TikTok and there's a girl who makes the Iron Man suits.
Yeah?
Someone should hire her.
I'm telling you.
Get her on the show. I want to talk to her.
I don't know if they can make them fly. We're on to something.
We're on to something.
Because they look pretty legit.
That's
good.
good.
It take her months to make them, but they're pretty legit.
Yeah. Well, it also killed me because he's talking about how those movies are boring as shit, and he obviously directed the original.
I'm kind of looking at some of his stuff that he executive produced, and I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, he did all the Alien movies. He did the Alien movies. He did, I think he did the most recent, what's that Duel movie? The Last Duel. He also did The Martian. He did... obviously Gladiator, but the reason I keep bringing Gladiator up is because the news right after that was Ridley Scott announces that the Gladiator 2 script is finished, and I was like, the what? Gladiator 2?
Gladiator's dead.
The Maximus Decimus Meridius, who was father to a murdered son and husband to a murdered wife, and would have his vengeance then look this life or the next. He already got his vengeance. So what are we saying? Is he a zombie? Zombie!
Zombie movies are fucking boring.
Yeah, they usually are pretty boring. That's not untrue. But like, how are you
making
seriously
a prequel? That's what you're announcing?
It's not a prequel. The rumor is that Maximus being carried out does not die, and then he goes into hiding. So what are you gonna do with that? Let him be in hiding until you got Russell Crowe now, who. Not all of us are in excellent shape, but Russell Crowe is certainly not in shape now that he was in Maximus Decimus Meridius days. Because if they're going to play that off, they're going to say, we left Maximus in a cave with nothing but crates full of apples, and he just ate them all. And now he's huge. I don't know. I'm not trying to shame the guy. He's just not in as good a shape as he used to be. And... not to mention, that is one of the greatest movies to me ever. I love that movie. I thought it was fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix. Who's my guy? Digimon Hansu's in that movie. Russell Crowe. They kill it. Why would you go back and do a 2? I don't see the point. Not to mention, you're going to sit there and say that all those other movies are boring as shit, and then you're going to go into a sequel of a great whatever.
Because people don't have any... original movie ideas anymore.
Not to mention, he talks about CGI. Tell me about Aliens. Tell me how that went.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of prosthesis and actual puppets that played the aliens, but what are we talking about here? Where are you drawing the line? Anyway, I'm done with Ridley Scott. Here's another cool one. The original Harry Potter cast is returning to Return to Hogwarts for an HBO special. I know there's a lot of Hogwarts fans out there. Are you two one of them? You're so talkative today, it's hard to imagine that you're not.
Me, no. My wife has recently become one, and like hardcore. She read all the books in a matter of a couple months, and yeah, it's Harry Potter everything.
I also have read all the books, and our youngest son has read all the books 5 times.
Yeah, I have not read all the books. Kid. I've seen all the movies. I like the movies. I wouldn't say that I'm a pothead. I just made that up.
That was good. I got to give you that one.
But I do. I mean, I'm excited. But I've had this argument several times before. I like seeing characters in, the same characters evolving into different things. So, I mean, I'm excited to see it because we all know and love them as what they were. And I like seeing what they, seeing them in a different light, whether that's in the future or the past or whatever.
Yeah, and I wonder what context it's going to be, Return to Hogwarts, Are they coming back as teachers? Is there a problem? Is it just is this a PTA meeting?
I feel like it's probably going to be as teachers, or there might be something, that resurfaces in regards to the weird shit that happened when they were there that maybe they're going back to, whether investigate or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited to see them as grown-ups doing something.
Are we sure it's not them just like a reunion type thing? Just sitting on a couch talking?
That'd be cool. Be cool watching all the wizards split a bag of Doritos and talk about what they've been up to.
Or if it actually was like a class reunion and all of a sudden like all the, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that
wild
sounds,
shit started to happen.
Sounds more like it. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know how involved it's going to get, but sure, it's Harry Potter. It's going to print its own money.
That's true.
But on to the news that was made for me. We talked about a movie a little while ago called Skulls, which was going to be a Predator movie. Apparently, that must have been a working title because that movie has been changed from skulls to the word prey. It is set, I believe, in like the BC times. There is some promo art that they actually posted. It's a young woman. I forget the actress's name, but she is carrying a bow and arrow, and behind her is standing a 7-foot predator with the red light on and all that jazz.
Is she doing American Sign Language?
Oh, somebody had a comment for you, by the way, on Facebook that maybe the Eternals introduced that language.
Oh, maybe.
Now what? That could happen. But so this is going to be about the Predator's first ever trip to Earth. I like this concept. And when I saw this, I've known about this a little bit, and I think we talked about it on the Predator episode, that there is a human woman in Predator lore in the comic Alien versus Predator War. Her name is Machiko Noguchi. She is a Japanese woman who proves herself to the Predators, not unlike in the movie AVP. She gets marked. She is then accepted into a clan of Predators, and she does well, and it's something for you to look up at your local comics store, Emerald City. But it really is a cool concept, and I think they might do that with this.
I'd be excited to see that.
I would be very excited to see a very capable human that they're like, okay, maybe this is why we should hunt them, but she's good enough. We're going to take her with us.
I want to see how she makes her bones. And then I want to see what happens after the fact when they actually go out with her and how they treat her and how she, is inside of that group.
Right. Well, in the comics, she is respected by her clan, but that doesn't mean there are other clans out there that will.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to see.
Yeah.
What happens.
So I am interested in see this. This is set for release on Hulu, I think.
Yep, in 2022.
On 2022.
And it's
summer of 2022.
It doesn't take place in BC. It takes place 300 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Not that really matters, but it's just part of the thing.
No, I get it, yeah. So that's going to be interesting. I still want to see how somebody so primitive takes on something so not primitive. So, yeah, I will be first day watching that one to see where it goes. But with that being said, let's take our break, and then we're going to get into our Marvel news and the Disney Plus Day stuff that came out. It's going to be a good time. We'll check you in just a minute. And we're back. Welcome. Thank you so much for listening to those advertisements. We hate them as much as you do, but they're a necessary evil. Let's get into the Marvel news, huh? Let's talk about it, huh? Mahershala Ali, has started filming scenes for Blade.
Sure he has.
Yeah, I knew you were going to doubt it. When I tagged you in this story
be out first.
On Instagram, I said, nobody tell Ryan, but he's already started filming scenes. He said, it was really nervous because it made the job feel real when he finally walked out on set. I want to see what he looks like in the Blade getup.
He's like, what? It actually means this is actually happening? I didn't think this was going to happen.
Yeah, but it happened a lot earlier than your schedule for it.
Jury's still out.
Yeah, right. I thought that was going to be good. Oh, and another thing from Chloe Zhao. So this confirmed. Oh, gosh. I don't want to talk about Eternals. Never mind. We're skipping it. We're skipping that, guys. Skip it. But yeah. Listen to the Eternals episode and then tell us. We'll talk about it. The MCU vice president. We know that the Marvel universe is going towards the multiverse. That's pretty apparent at this point, especially if you've seen anything about the new Spider-Man movie. Without spoiling anything, they're obviously, and we've got Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness. So that means many universes of specific characters, different characters that are going to be having different paths in different universes. We all know how that goes. But a Marvel VP has come out and said that one thing that will not change is T'Challa. They are not going to recast him in any universe. They are not going to have another T'Challa take the screen. That's going to belong to Chadwick Boseman, and that's that. Your thoughts?
I'm happy with it.
That we're never going to see T'Challa again?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
let a new one go. You know.
I mean, I'm okay with it because it's such a deep universe too.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. We only got one movie with him.
Yeah.
But,
well, we got plenty of movies with him. Only one Black Panther.
One Black Panther. Yeah. So.
And he was built up so well. Anyway, it's going to be very interesting to see that. Speaking of the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is undergoing major reshoots. Cast and crews are going to be shooting 6 days a week until the end of the year just to try to finish the movie on time. So I wonder what that means. Future projects that change things? Did they get it back to the studio and say this whole thing just isn't working? I don't know. What do you think?
They don't want a second Eternals on their hands.
That's extensive. That's extensive reshoots. Like that's at least 3 months, 6 days a week. You're in there reshooting. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of time and money and effort that's put into,
And another thing that I saw about No Way Home is that they felt like they were rewriting the script every day. Now, rewrites could be so much as a line or it could be an entire scene, but I mean, this is not really giving me hope for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. How about you?
Why isn't it giving you hope?
Because that's a lot of reshoots. I don't want to go and see 2 different movies in one movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want. So sometimes when you have movies with massive reshoots, you get on a train and you go, okay, this is where this movie's going, and then halfway through there's drastic changes, and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. And with a movie like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, with how crazy and detailed it's going to be, and so many characters and so many moving parts, and we've been talking for months now about other franchises that could be introduced in this movie. It gives me genuine worry that it might not be that great of a movie.
That and just this MCU this time around for me does not have the same feel or interest, I don't think, really. The only thing I'm really looking forward to is the Spider-Man stuff. Other than that, I really don't care about anything else going on.
I think I guess we can call ourselves an older generation now.
Yeah.
We like Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. We like the heroes we know. There are a lot of heroes coming up that haven't necessarily been at the forefront of our imaginations for as long as those heavy-hitting characters. So I don't think you're alone in that, honestly. I don't think there's tons of people who are super happy that they're going to go to the movies and not see Chris Evans and not see Robert Downey Jr., certainly not see Chadwick Boseman. So a lot of people are like, I'm kind of worried about this. Some of the comic book folks are seeing the news and going, oh my God, I am so hyped for this. It's going to be amazing. And some are abandoning ship.
Now, see, I think that the problem with that is that the younger generation right now grew up in a very different world than we did, because we are the generation of the internet and the discovery of the internet, and the generation that used to play outside, and when you needed something to do and entertain yourself, you would find a comic book to read, or you would find your X-Men cartoons to put on. Like, that's the type of shit that we grew up with, and the kids anymore don't have that. It's like even our boys are very, they know these characters simply because we do, but there's a lot of kids that are in between even us and our kids that grew up without all this shit.
Yeah.
So there's a generational gap, and it's like, I think that like our children, I'm trying to like make this make sense, but our children know it and will love it because they're growing up with it with us. But there's that age gap in between us and them that didn't grow up with any of it. So it's like, who's going to really appreciate these new characters that are coming out that they don't know anything about? Is it going to be us who are going to appreciate the evolution of the universe, or is it going to be our kids who are like, oh, I remember them talking about this because of the MCU and Endgame and all this other shit, but they don't know it because of the comic books, they know it simply because of the MCU. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of wild, because I can agree in a sense that I'm not excited, because I'm very excited for, She-Hulk and the Guardian series to continue and to see some of these new characters. But like, even in the original phase, like, I'm not a huge Captain Marvel fan.
Right.
Because I didn't even know that she was a thing until I saw her for the first time. I didn't know anything about her. So it's like I wasn't as invested in her and her story and her character as I was with Thor and Spider-Man and Iron Man and Captain America and Hulk and all those characters that I as a young girl who didn't have any brothers and grew up, with basically Barbies and Disney princesses. It's like I still knew who Batman was, and I don't know. I just we're in a weird time.
I agree, and that's the thing too. Is like think about the movies that we grew up with and the level of special effects. To us, watching Iron Man step into a suit and actually take off and look like he's flying, we were sitting there like, "Oh my God,
the hell?
Do you see this?" And it's become so pedestrian anymore that these kids are like, "Oh, cool, so he can fly."
And that's why that's that generation in between us and our kids, that odd aged, group of people now that are like, oh, that's dumb, because they're so used to the TikTok world and the Snapchat world and just all this cool
constant
entertainment and constant evolution of technology that didn't exist when we were our kids' age. And
video games that have just grown by leaps and bounds. Lord knows we were looking at Halo Infinite before we walked in here and press start or press play. I mean, it's crazy what we're going through. Anyway, we kind of got stuck there. We all did.
That's just, I think about that all the time. It's just how we've evolved as a society and
so
what that means for entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. But, well, we're on the entertainment topic, so we'll keep going.
Okay.
Captain America 4, the studio VP says that Sam Wilson will still have to earn the title in Captain America 4. When I first read this, I was like, that's bullshit. Why does he have to earn the title? He already did it. He's got the suit. And then I thought to myself, he fought off one terrorist and got in a fist fight with the U.S. agent. Maybe he does need to do a little bit more to be at the Captain America level. Do you think Sam Wilson's done enough to already be Cap, or do you think that him having to earn that makes sense for the character?
So is it that Sam Wilson has to earn it?
Yeah.
Or is it that...
Not Anthony Mackie.
Okay. I didn't... Yeah.
No, they're saying the character Sam Wilson has to earn the title of Captain America.
I don't feel he does. I feel as soon as Cap gave him that shield, Cap knew what was up and put his faith in him. That's it.
I feel like it was
he didn't hand it to Bucky.
It was his shield to pass on, I think.
Yep.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, and another thing too is like, I say that all he did was fight off these terrorists and all that other stuff, but no, he got blipped away. He fought Thanos. He killed the Black Troll in the movie, if you watch it closely.
Yep.
I mean, he's done a lot. But I guess to the rest of the world in the MCU, he does have to prove that he's Captain America. But I don't know. I thought that was an interesting thing to come out and say. We're going to talk about a little Spider-Man No Way Home right now.
Let's do it. This trailer.
There are some spoilers for No Way Home. If you haven't seen the trailer, we're going to be talking about this for a few minutes. So fast forward. Hopefully I don't get you too much stuff, but it's out there. It's public knowledge. If you listen to this, chances are you've seen it. In the trailer, we have now seen Electro, Green Goblin, the Lizard, Sandman, and Dr. Otto Octavius fighting Spider-Man in No Way Home. What we didn't see are any additional Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Do we think they are in it and they are just the best kept secret right now? Because Willem Dafoe came in and said, I had to come in a cloak every day in order to fool people and play this character.
I mean, it's very possible. I think that they're not going to be as big a roles as maybe everybody thinks that they are. Maybe more cameo style type stuff. But I mean, the way that I won't get into spoilers yet in case people are still listening and they don't want to. But the way that like certain villains that we see in the most recent trailer address our Peter Parker makes you think that it's very possible that they're going to, I don't know, I'm going to start spoiling stuff. I can't do it without spoiling stuff. So when Dr. Octopus comes out,
he says, you're not Peter Parker.
You're not Peter Parker. And then Doctor Strange is basically telling Peter Parker that their fate is to die at the hand of Spider-Man, and Peter Parker, well, our Peter Parker doesn't want to do that. Tom Holland doesn't want to do that. I have a feeling that maybe some of the other guys are going to come in and they're going to start hacking and slashing so that Tom Holland doesn't have to do it by himself.
Huh.
I don't know. I just
Time to put your big boy pants on.
right. Like I feel like not necessarily cameo like the one and dones, but like maybe he's gonna come in and help. They're gonna come in and like help defeat all of them.
I think
together.
it's a crazy long movie, and I think we get more than a cameo. That's what I think.
Yeah. I just meant like maybe the back half of the movie to where he's actually fighting them and stuff. Maybe we'll get some team up efforts with them. I don't know.
I also think we see Miles Morales.
That would be cool.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes,
that's
because,
like my biggest takeaway from it.
I think we see Miles Morales in this movie. There is the the Brazilian trailer, that they drop, and in that final jump scene when just Spider-Man is jumping at essentially the Sinister Six minus Vulture and Venom, Lizard gets punched in the face. Now, I don't know if they CGI'd another Spider-Man out of there, or somebody's just really good with Adobe Premiere or something.
Do we not remember the Endgame trailers and shit, though, that we saw, and there was shit in the trailers that wasn't actually in the movie that made you think certain things was going to happen?
Yeah.
And then you saw the movie and you're like, that was what?
Yeah, what they showed us in the trailer was not true at all.
So, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I'm just saying. I remember us questioning a lot of shit when we actually saw the movie.
I think we get some big deaths. Like lots of big deaths in this movie.
I don't think you will.
Tom Holland has come out and said that this movie already exceeds expectations in every way possible. That's tough, Tommy. Expectations are really high for this movie, man. I really don't know what to tell you.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that he hasn't spoiled something for us.
That's probably because
He's had a lot of experience.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't even know. Even know.
Exactly.
They didn't tell him any of the truth. He was only allowed on set when it was his turn.
Yeah. Here was something interesting that I saw from him that just blows me away. I don't understand this, but anyway, Tom Holland talking about his future as Spider-Man. He said, if I'm still playing Spider-Man by the time I'm 30, which I don't know how old he is.
He's younger than me, I think.
He's 20-something.
Yeah.
For sure. If I'm still playing Spider-Man by the time I'm 30, I've done something wrong. Doesn't know if he's even going to continue acting his entire life.
25.
He's 25. He said, I might buy some apartment complexes and make people pay less than they're worth because I don't need the money.
Oh, wow.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He also says he thinks that Miles Morales should be next and is the future. Yeah. So, Tommy, maybe you're onto something. I don't know. I don't feel like Spider-Man is a character that you need to get rid of.
No.
I think having a Peter Parker, a Spider-Man around is essential to an MCU.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get where maybe he feels like he shouldn't have to be that character for that long. But like, there's a bunch of Spider-Mans. I think that might be his point too. Like,
so this kind of goes back to like the evolution of the characters. Like for us, it's like if you do and maybe what he's indicating in saying that is if he does Spider-Man the justice that he deserves, then another Spider-Man is not going to be needed, and he's not going to be able to play him forever because Spider-Man to us doesn't ever become old. So it's like if he plays Spider-Man to its fullest, then he's just going to move on, and we're not going to have the 15 different Hulks that we had and all that other shit that we like, all the things that the Justice League has struggled with when it comes to movies, to where we have all these different actors and all this different shit. I think he's saying if he does everything right, then we have the Spider-Man we've always wanted on screen, and we as the generation that grew up and loved Spider-Man is not going to need anything else. So Miles Morales is the Spider-Man of the next generation. So I think that's probably what he's trying to say is if I do it right, if I'm still 30 playing Spider-Man, I'm not giving him what he needs now.
I don't know. I think there is a CEO Peter Parker that ends up having like Parker Industries or something like that.
But I mean, are we going to follow the CEO of Parker Industries around for a Marvel superhero movie? I doubt it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that as it goes on. Right. I'm saying that as it goes older, you don't need him to carry an entire movie, but you could have him show up, swing in, do a couple thwips, and get out.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's... I don't think that's the big picture what he was talking about. I think he's talking about if he's still a focal point of being Spider-Man's in movies at 30 years old, then he has not done that character what it needs. I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, it's crazy, though, because he's literally only been in, 2 Spider-Man? This will be his 3rd.
Yeah.
It's
Spider-Man,
not like
Spider-Man, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Then he's supposed to be getting into MCU stuff, from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a couple of the other movies for a brief little bit.
Civil War.
But, like, he doesn't... I mean, 5 years, that's kind of short, especially if all this is about to pop off.
Yeah.
That might be maybe another 2 movies max.
If that.
So that's like maybe 5 total movies that you've done.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot, but not that many in the scheme of things.
Exactly.
I just don't think that he was saying it in a sense like if I'm still 30 playing a superhero, I am not doing anything with myself. I don't think that's what he meant.
Or
no,
maybe.
I don't think so either. I think he's saying that he doesn't want to do it.
Or it could be. I mean, look at Chris Evans and all them that want to do something else and do something different.
I don't know. Then there's Chris Hemsworth that's like,
who says, I'll play Thor until I can't lift the hammer anymore. And you got Jeremy Renner who's like, yeah, I'll keep playing Hawkeye, sure. And you've got guys like Jason Statham who's like, I know what I'm good at. I know what I want to do. I'm going to do these types of movies, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, hey, he's a young man. Things change.
Yep.
But I could see Miles hopping in and being that guy. Anyway, Michael Keaton has confirmed that he is coming back to play the Vulture in a mystery project. We know he's in Morbius. I'm going to assume he circles back with Spider-Man at some point.
As Vulture?
Yeah, as Vulture.
It'd have to happen.
What do you think the secret project is, though? A Sinister Six movie?
Ooh, hello. Or like a Disney Plus series?
Could be. I don't think we're going to get a Disney Plus Sinister Six series because I don't know if Sony's going to lend out Venom like that.
Sony will let that happen.
Yeah. And not Tom Holland. Tom
Hiddleston?
No. Venom. Tom Hardy.
Hardy.
Is not going to be signing up for Disney Plus series. I think he's too big of an actor to accept something like that. I
mean, you had some other people who are big actors do it.
Right.
I mean, like he's
like
a
who?
big actor, but I mean, he's still
everybody in the MCU.
Yeah, they've all done
They didn't do series.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston is not as big as Michael Keaton or Tom Hardy. He's not done any big blockbuster movies. Tom Hardy's done Inception.
Okay, what about...
You know what's funny? You know, I didn't realize... I mean, I know he's in it, but we all know Leo is the one who makes that movie. He's just a sidekick.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
he was good in it.
Yeah.
He's done some big blockbuster movies is all
I
I'm
get
saying.
what you're saying, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, I think it's a Sinister Six.
Samuel L. Jackson's
project.
popped up a few times.
So he also has something in his contract that says he doesn't have to run. He can say one motherfucker if he wants, and he doesn't have to do anything except have a conversation and walk off set. He's got it easy, man. I love the way freaking Samuel Jackson is in this movie. You don't need an overabundance of Nick Fury.
Nope.
He shows up, lays down the law, walks out. And that's perfect for Samuel Jackson. Anyway, Daredevil. Marvel is reportedly casting for a Daredevil project.
Oh, boy.
But it's off the Netflix train.
Charlie Cox.
Didn't he come out and say that he was...
No, he said, don't set your expectations too high. We don't know what we're going to get. We don't know what's going to happen. We maybe had lightning in a bottle in the Daredevil series, but I'm not going to worry myself with it. There's also rumors that he's in No Way Home.
That would be wild.
That would be wild. At this point, I'm like, they're throwing a lot of stuff at us. This is like every movie feels like Civil War levels of hype right now.
Yeah.
You know, back when we were like, damn, we're going to see Spider-Man and Black Panther in this movie. And now it's like, we're going to have Doctor Strange and Daredevil and all the Sinister Six. These movies are getting really, what's the word I'm searching for? Not optimistic. They're just really...
Hyped?
Not hyped. I don't know.
I think I know the word, but I can't think of it either. I understand what you're trying to say.
They are reaching. They are stretching. They are setting big expectations.
Like,
for themselves.
Like some
infiltrated?
super lofty goals.
Or
super
like...
lofty goals.
Right. Ambitious is the word.
Ambitious.
They're being very ambitious with these movies, and I love it. But I hope Charlie Cox is the one that returns as Daredevil. Now, that being said, let's get into this Disney Plus day.
Okay.
There were a lot of really, really cool stuff that were shown, dropped. We got previews of shows I didn't think we were going to get previews for. Not really even previews, just shots.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to go down the list, then we'll come back and pick out our favorites that we want to talk about, huh? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Sounds great.
So we got X-Men 1997 coming back with the original theme song, a lot of the original cast, and they're going to pick up where they left off. Cool.
I like that. That's awesome.
Echo. I don't know what Echo is. I'm interested to learn more. Spider-Man freshman year. That's got to be an animated job that's going to be on Disney Plus.
That'll be really cool, though.
Agatha, House Harkness.
Is that a Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man freshman year. Agatha, House Harkness. Marvel Zombies. She-Hulk.
Zombies! Hold on. Something's happening in Ryan's brain.
She-Hulk.
Are you thinking that that's a Miles Morales thing?
No, I'm thinking of how is that possible?
It's not live action. It's cartoon.
But they own all the rights to Spider-Man in every form.
Who does?
Sony.
Oh, so how did
So
Disney
how is
Plus get
Disney Plus, how are they
Spider-Man?
making
So there
the
are
Spider-Man?
already Spider-Man cartoons, but they don't own all of Spider-Man.
I'm pretty sure. I thought they owned them and all the properties that went with it.
Nope, because he was in the Disney platform game too. What was it?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? It's right there.
Shit. Infinity.
Marvel Infinity. Disney Infinity. Yeah. He was part of that. There are cartoons for Spider-Man right now on Disney Plus.
That I know, but those were all pre the deal, though.
Not like new.
So we've got She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, What If Season 2, I Am Groot, Ironheart, and Secret Invasion. But I don't see Armor Wars, guys. Where is Armor Wars? I want it.
That was aggressive.
Okay, so let's go with this. Of the 3 shows that we got really good looks at, we got She-Hulk, who we saw Tatiana Maslany. After this, that's the show I'm most hyped for. She-Hulk. I think that might be one of the best that comes out on Disney Plus. We see a fully healed Professor Hulk in there talking to her about how he controls his rage and how he controls the monster inside. The situation with She-Hulk is his cousin is attacked, loses a lot of blood, has to have a blood transfusion from somebody who is a match. That just happens to be her cousin, Bruce Banner. She gets his blood. She turns into the She-Hulk. Only a very different variation of Hulk than our big green friend, Bruce Banner.
Is my head the only person that the Hulk doesn't bleed? Like, how do they get...
Right.
How does the needle...
How'd they start the IV?
Bullets bounce off of them. How the hell do they get a blood transfusion?
They just heat up the needle really, really hot.
Maybe. Who knows? We may even see that in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I hope we get to that quick. Just get it done and over with.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Or even start to the fact that she's waking up and Bruce is like, hey, here's what happened. Mm-hmm. And then get into the She-Hulk stuff. There are some
Leaving
amazing shots of her in the original She-Hulk costume. There's one of her in this nice silver gown. And I'm like, she is straight up She-Hulk in it. Like, from the jump. Nice. I think that is going to be an amazing one. Another one we got to see was Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan. That one looks a little bit more kid-friendly, geared towards the kiddos. Mm-hmm. I am still watching every frame of it because Kamala Khan is a badass. And I am excited to watch her get giant fists and smash people with them.
After playing the Avengers game, I'm kind of excited, I think, the most to see where direction they take that show versus what the game was. Because the game, I actually love that idea.
The altered Terrigen attacking everybody and turning a lot of people into Inhumans.
And the way it started with her being like an absolute fangirl of different people. You know what I mean? Like,
she is going to be a fangirl in this series. You can see it because she is fangirling hard over Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so that'll be cool.
So that's going to be pretty awesome. And we got to see Moon Knight.
Yes. Oh, that was
a dope trailer. We got to see
trailer.
a preview of Moon Knight, kind of. Not really much to see.
No,
we got to see
clips,
Oscar Isaac,
Yep.
who I think is one of the greatest actors to be in the MCU. Mm-hmm. And to have him playing this role and watching Moon Knight over some people who just got their asses beat and him still punching somebody into the ground and them playing into the alter ego of Moon Knight, I think it's so cool. We didn't get to see as much as I would like to see, but interesting. He looks like he has totally dove into this character. And that was another thing why they're talking about Daredevil, that if you're going to have Moon Knight, you're going to have these rooftop brawlers, get Daredevil in there. Mm-hmm. And I think Disney and Marvel are just playing it close to the chest. I think they have every intention of bringing the Defenders back and having Daredevil be there and continue where they left off. I just think they're being tight-lipped about it.
I was going to say, how would your hype level go if you see, like, what is it, Charlie Cox walking around, and then you get, like, a flash of Frank Castle somewhere?
Oh, man. To see Big Pun show up in the MCU, they're not ready.
That'd be awesome.
But you've had people who were killers already. I mean, you've had Crossbones, you've had, obviously Hawkeye and Black Widow.
But not to that extent.
Not to the Punisher's extent.
Yeah, because like I actually kind of liked a little bit that they had in game when he was Ronin it.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually kind of cool. I wish they would have explored that a little more.
They're going to do that in the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
But in terms of Punisher, I still love that character, and I think there's so much that we could see in terms of his dynamic, and he fits with the guys that are coming in. He fits in with Moon Knight, with Blade, with Black Knight, with this more gothic look that the MCU is taking. Punisher fits right in. If you're going to be throwing some actual carnage into the MCU and people being in real mortal danger, there's no reason you don't add Frank Castle. My favorite moment of him is in Civil War when Captain America and Iron Man are fighting, and he is so strict with his rules that Captain America's like, "Listen, we're thin on numbers. We're gonna bring in one of these guys who's gonna help us. He's a former villain. We're trying to reform. He doesn't like the Registration Act." He walks in, Punisher puts the gun right up to his head, blow, kills him. And they're like, "What the fuck?" And Captain America starts beating the brakes off him. He's like, "He's a bad guy." He's like, "I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hit you. You can beat me up all you want. You're a good guy. I'm not going to hurt you." But that guy's dead.
Nice. Gotta love Frank Castle.
Me too. But of all of these, the one I had no expectations of seeing was Marvel Zombies. I had no idea that was a thing.
I didn't either.
Me neither.
I don't know what course they're going to take either. I don't know how they could. There were so many huge characters that were in that one What If episode. Are they going to go off of? Are they going off of What If?
I kind of hope not.
Me too.
Because I mean that was good with the way they left it.
Yeah.
Touched on enough.
Do you think they're going off of the comic book series?
So Marvel Zombies is a good comic book series, but they need some characters they haven't announced yet, namely Deadpool.
Yeah.
Is a big guy in the zombies lore.
Maybe.
But this is not live action. This is animated.
Okay, well then.
But leave it to Deadpool to show up and be like, "This is me. I'm animated. I'm here. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in live action soon, though."
Yeah.
And then him to be in live action and go, "Did you see me in Marvel Zombies?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would happen.
I do.
Because they're probably going to keep that in at a nice PG rating.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing people getting eaten and their flesh ripped off.
Yeah, so I don't think you're going to see Deadpool pop in at all.
Because Deadpool is maximum.
Yeah.
Maximum.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dropping 4-letter words left and right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or worse.
That's another thing, too. We haven't even gotten to see Spider-Man and Deadpool interact. Maybe that'll change Holland's mind.
Maybe.
He'll want to be Spider-Man forever.
Yeah, yeah. Secret Invasion, though, we got to look at a patchless Samuel L. Jackson with the dead eye and the long beard. I'm digging it.
I'm
I
here
think
for that.
there's a lot of good stuff to happen yet in the good old Disney Plus.
They've done us very well so far.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Hawkeye starts soon.
it starts next week.
I know.
I don't even so as of the day you're listening to this, it's on in 2 days.
Yeah.
So
get hyped.
I get hyped. The hype train is leaving the station. The first 2 episodes are going to be out that day.
Yeah.
And I will be watching them probably at midnight.
Or that day. I mean, because who's kidding who? We're on vacation.
Yep.
And we'll probably watch. It'll be like we're going to wake up and watch them.
Oh, is that next week?
Yeah.
It is next week.
Maybe I'll watch them Thanksgiving.
Not our Tony and Nello's date. That's Sunday.
I'll be there. For penne alla vodka.
Woo! Goodness
I need
gracious.
some scallops in my life.
That is it for the Alter Ego podcast this week. Thank you so much for checking it out. What shows on Disney Plus that I just announced are you most excited about? X-Men 97, Echo, Spider-Man Freshman Year, Agatha House Harkness, Marvel Zombies, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, What If Season 2, I Am Groot, Ironheart, Secret Invasion. What do you want to see? Just tell us, okay? God!
You shouldn't have to ask more than once.
We shouldn't have to ask you this. You guys are being difficult. Just tell us what you want to see.
As long as it's not the Eternals.
Oh, God. Thank you so much for listening. We miss you, Mark. You'll be back soon. We love you, buddy.
We're thankful for you guys since, we're a few days away from Thanksgiving.
Yes. There may not be an episode out next week. There may. We'll see. Either way, we appreciate you listening. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Have a happy Thanksgiving. Eat all the turkeys. And the potatoes. I'm a potato.
We're being metal here, and you're singing I'm a potato.
Do you expect anything different? I'm a potato. That's great.